We are back in the shop today, guys. We're not open yet, but I'll touch on that in just a little bit. You know, even though the studio isn't open and we're not allowed to work, I still like being here. I like coming up here. I like being in the ambiance of the shop. Building out this place has been such an awesome experience. You know, with the first studio that I opened 7 years ago, I cut corners a lot. I wanted to do a lot of different things to the studio. I want to have a lot of perks, a lot of different options. I just simply didn't have the money because I was a startup. So I cut corners, right? I was like, I don't need this, I can add it later. Well, with this studio, Mike Ashworth and I both, for those of you guys that don't know, Mike Ashworth is a friend of mine. He's also co-owner of Abbott Tattoo. I brought him on as a partner about 4 years ago. He and I both decided to spare absolutely no expense with this shop. We got every single thing that we wanted, and it's pretty much done with the exception of a couple of small things. So, with that being said, quick shop tour. Boom! But that's it, that's all you get. Sneak peek, that's it. If you want to see the rest of the shop, you gotta come down to our grand opening. Yeah, I blackmail like that, persuasive. So life has been crazy. As I said earlier, I haven't been making any content. I haven't been doing anything other than doing photography during this entire thing, just because I don't want to be one of those like YouTubers that kind of takes advantage of the whole COVID-19 thing. Not saying that anybody's really taking advantage of it, but you definitely notice that a lot of YouTubers are making more videos than normally, and that's because they have more time on their hands. I personally have taken this situation as a chance to spend more time with the family, get back to my roots of photography, really just have fun taking some time off. Nothing crazy. But life has definitely changed. You know, everything's completely different now. The boys have been out of school since the second week of March. They literally got out for spring break and simply just never went back. KDISD has basically held them out of school for, you know, unforeseeable future. As far as 2019-2020 school year, that's done. They're not going back. So we have been really challenged with trying to keep them busy, keep them stimulated, as well as making sure that they're getting their curriculum knocked out. So it's been interesting. So keeping the boys entertained has been really interesting. You know, it's not very easy keeping kids entertained that are, you know, 7 and 9 years old. It's been crazy. You know, we've gotten into a lot of really cool hobbies. I recently introduced the guys to like RC cars, like high-end RC cars. Unfortunately, they went through probably 8 different RC cars that we bought from various local retailers, like the cheap ones, big box stores basically.
Broken. 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 Broken.
So we decided they needed something a little bit more beefy, a little bit more substantial. This whole COVID-19 thing definitely threw a wrench in our plans whenever it comes to the studio, because we moved over here, we got everything moved in, we pretty much got everything set up, and then the stay-home order was issued, so we were literally here for a grand total of like 24 hours, and then we had to close. So Mike and I slowed down on getting everything set up because we knew we had time, and just over the course of the last couple of months have been slowly putting the studio together, getting everything ready to go for the grand opening. As far as the opening goes for the studio, Governor Abbott is supposed to talk today and announce some type of deadline for the rest of the businesses that have been opened. I'm not gonna go on a rant on this. A lot of you guys are my clients, so you guys have heard me talk about this, but I am gonna touch on this very briefly. The way that they approached opening businesses in Texas has really made a negative impact on the tattoo industry. As you read down through his executive order, at the bottom of it, it basically states that people are to avoid tattoo studios, piercing studios, strip clubs, and bars in any entertainment venue. So basically, the tattoo industry has been lumped in with industries that have absolutely nothing to do with the type of business that we do, the type of training that we have. Now, me saying this is in no way saying, you know, that other businesses shouldn't be allowed to open. That's not what I'm saying. I believe that we're at the stage now where studios and businesses should be able to open as long as they are practicing the designated rules set in place by the state, meaning, you know, wearing masks, limited capacity, spacing, all of that good stuff. To have the governor throw us in with the entertainment industry, and then on top of that, every time he's asked questions about the tattoo industry, he avoids the question, and it's been that way with a lot of other states. Slowly, states are allowing tattoo studios to get back into it, but this whole situation has really opened my eyes to just how much the tattoo industry on the upper levels of government really isn't considered an acceptable business. It definitely makes you realize that no matter how mainstream tattooing is, no matter how many people are getting tattooed, no matter how many TV shows there are people that are in control that don't necessarily agree with and or support this industry, which is heartbreaking. You know, it really is. But it is what it is. So he's supposed to speak today with an exact opening date for tattoo studios, entertainment venues such as go-karts and bars and everything else. So hopefully we will have an opening date for you guys really, really soon. So just stay tuned. I will be making an announcement on here. I'll be making an announcement on Instagram, Facebook, all other social media platforms. I promise you guys, you will get the word out. You'll understand. Once we get an exact opening date, we will be able to plan for a grand reopening to which everybody will be invited. So make sure you guys come out, make sure you guys support, see the new studio, you know, hang out with everybody, make some friends. It's gonna be good stuff, awesome stuff. So as far as my books go, I've had a lot of questions about when my books are opening. Let me say, first off, thank you so much for the support and then the continued support during this lockdown. We, as a studio, have had countless people inquiring whether or not we were still open, countless people wanting to book in future appointments to help us out, people buying prints, people buying paintings, people still calling the studio, leaving messages to see if we are open. Literally, it's been an amazing outreach and support. Thank you so much, guys. I cannot stress how much we really, as a studio, appreciate that. We, as a studio, also cannot wait to get back to work, see all of your faces again. It's gonna be awesome. As far as my books go, I have had a lot of people reaching out asking me if the June 1st date for opening my books is still the correct date, if it's still going to happen. As of right now, I don't know. It is going to depend on what the governor announces today during his meeting. He's supposed to do a statewide newscast lining out all of the dates that studios and other entertainment venues are opening. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Once I have that information, I can let you guys know whether or not we need to push it back or if it's still good. And if it's still good, I will make sure that me and my assistant are in here answering phones, abiding by the law, but you know, we're hoping that it'll be okay. We're hoping that with everything going on and businesses opening up, that we as a studio will be able to open as well. We just have to wait and see. Well, all right, guys, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Sweet, to the point. Sorry it wasn't a little bit more, you know, cinematic, but you know, what are you gonna do? Life's boring right now with COVID-19. There's not a lot that we can do as far as making things look pretty. I hope you guys liked the quick peek at the studio. Please keep in mind, it is still a work in progress. We still have to get various stations set up for the new artists that are gonna be working here. We have to hang up paintings. So if you see anything that's a little out of order, just ignore it. This video was literally just to give you guys an update so you guys can see what's going on with the studio. I can give you guys the update on booking and opening date and everything else. So don't be judging us, okay? Don't be judging us. Again, thank you everybody so much for your continued support during this entire time. Support your small businesses. They're the ones that are hurting the most right now through everything. Support them if you can. If you know tattoo artists, buy paintings, buy prints, put down deposits for future appointment. Help them out. The tattoo industry across this country is really hurting right now. But again, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I will see you guys next time. Later.